Hey, what's up, guys? Scott here, recording a video for YouTube this time. Today, I'm rocking my Flash hat because this is a Flash video. Today, I'm going to be talking about my underappreciation of the Armageddon crossover type event that we got earlier in the season. So, when I first saw this event, when they announced this event, I was really excited. Like, at least we're getting something resembling a crossover, even if we couldn't get like a traditional crossover. But I was really excited. I liked the guest stars they were bringing in. So I saw the event in its entirety, and then I thought it was good. But obviously I didn't think it was as good as like the previous big crossovers like Earth X and Infinite Earths and all those. But the more I've watched this event several times over again, because usually something like this, like especially if I like something, I have to watch it again to really get the full intake of it. But I've seen this event several times now, and I realized that I didn't really appreciate it enough when it first aired because of how much they did for it. They really did for us in this event as fans. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely have some issues with parts of this event, but the things that I had problems with are so nitpicky that I don't think they're even worth mentioning, because the good in this event, Armageddon event, far outweighs the bad. So I wanted to go through the things that I think that, especially the first time I watched it, that I didn't pick up on, like the cool little things they did for us here. So right off the bat, the two best guest stars, in my opinion, the two best guest stars in this whole thing were Black Lightning and Mia Queen. Those were two characters that had been brought into the wider Arrowverse through Crisis on Infinite Earths 2 years ago, 2 years prior, and then their shows. Well, Mia was on Arrow and it ended, but Mia Queen was supposed to get her own show, but it didn't end up going through. So, and then Black Lightning was canceled after season 4. So these are two characters that have been brought into the wider Arrowverse, but then kind of had the rug yanked out from under them in a way. But then Eric Wallace, the showrunner for the Flash, found a way to bring in these two characters and fit them into the story that not only did we get to see more of them, but it also advanced their stories in a way, gave them some good development and good moments. So I applaud Eric Wallace for that. He took two characters that have been really, kind of screwed over by the network in a way, and then brought them into this story and gave them more time to shine and more time with the other heroes. At least with Team Flash, at least we got to see these two characters that we wouldn't have got to see otherwise if Eric Wallace had not chose to bring them in for this event. So I applaud him for that. And Black Lightning and Mia Queen were my favorite guest stars in this event. Two of my favorite Arrowverse heroes. They were awesome in this. The second thing I want to tell, and then also to kind of tying into that, secondly, Alex Danvers. Alex Danvers, who is Supergirl's adopted Earth sister, and Supergirl had just ended by this point, but she was brought in for a little cameo and was kind of helping Team Flash figure out who Despero was and his race. And it was really cool that Eric Wallace brought in Alex Danvers for a little cameo too, to help Team Flash. So that was a good tie to Supergirl. So I guess all that can be summed up into that. We at least got references to the wider Arrowverse in this event, even though it wasn't a traditional crossover. So I applaud Eric Wallace for that, for bringing in these guest stars and giving them time to shine. So bravo. And then the second thing was this event really, especially in episode 3, we got to go, not only that, we got to go back to the Hall of Justice, which we hadn't seen since Crisis on Infinite Earths 2 years ago. So we got to go back to the Hall of Justice, even though it was just Flash and Black Lightning there. We still got to see the table and Oliver's memorial. Got to hear that music, the theme music for the League. It was awesome. And we got to see how they've updated the Hall of Justice. Not only do you have the table, you have like computers and a research station and monitors. Like, turn it into a full headquarters. So we got to go back to the Hall of Justice and see it. And we got a reference to a fight that happened off screen between the Arrowverse Justice League and a bad guy named who's a sorcerer named Felix Faust. A very prominent DC villain. But there's an exchange of dialogue between Flash and Black Lightning where they're talking about another cool thing we got, the Injustice Protocols. And they were talking about the background, how about after there's an exchange of dialogue with me, and you got name drops of other heroes like me, you, John, Kara, Sarah. we came up with this plan after Faust. So there's a whole story there that we didn't see happen on screen, but it was so cool that we got a name drop. We got a name drop of that villain in that story, and we got name drops of other heroes like Supergirl, Martian Manhunter, White Canary, Kara, John, Sarah, and then they came up with this whole idea of the Injustice Protocol. So Eric Wallace did a great job of making. Well, one, we got to go back to, like I said, we got to go back to the Hall of Justice, and it lets us know that the team is still active as a team, because we haven't seen them as a team since Crisis on Infinite Earths when they formed. But it let us know that the team is still active and working together, and name dropped a cool villain, Felix Faust. So Eric Wallace did a great job of that, referencing the wider Arrowverse in this event, even though it was all self-contained on the Flash. But the first time I watched this event, I didn't really appreciate that enough. But now, having gone back and watched it quite a few times at least, I'm appreciating this event more and more. So anyway, the thing that made this event for me, well, it was a good story, but the references and name drops and stuff we got to the wider Arrowverse, the connections to other shows, bringing back some characters that had kind of got the short end of the stick. Eric Wallace did a great job with this event, and I am so thankful we got it. And because even though we didn't get a traditional crossover this year, at least we got something, and I'm so thankful for it. But I'm hoping this fall for the 10-year anniversary we'll get like a bigger event. And to be honest, I'm totally cool if it's all on the Flash again, or if it's just a traditional crossover across different shows. But yeah, this event really served its purpose well to me. If we couldn't get a full crossover this year, at least we got this. But I'm hoping this fall we'll get a traditional crossover or a bigger event. But thank you, Eric Wallace, for giving us the fans this event. And thank you so much for being a good showrunner for The Flash. Looking forward to this fall. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and peace out.